Okay. So in last lecture we have studied about counters. In that we have studied there are two types of counters, synchronous counter and asynchronous counter. The major difference between these two counters is the clock arrangement, right? In synchronous counter, separate clock is provided to all flip-flops. But in asynchronous counter, the output of first flip-flop is connected to the clock of next flip-flop. So that output signal is acts as a clock for the next flip-flop, right? So let's study asynchronous counter. Suppose I have to design 3-bit asynchronous counter, okay? So as it is 3-bit, we require 3 flip-flops. So for simplicity purpose, here I am using T flip-flop only. So this is what my block diagram of T flip-flop. For 3-bit, I need 3 flip-flops. Okay. So this is what the T flip-flop, which has input. Suppose it is T1, T2, and T3. We know there is one more signal, that is the clock signal for flip-flop, right? And one signal is nothing but the clear. So here I am writing CLR. That is the clear signal, okay? So it is given to all flip-flop. This clear signal is used for clearing all the data. As we know that flip-flop is a memory element. So the last data is present in the flip-flop. So whenever we are going to start our program, first of all, we will clear all the bits and then we will start. So this is what the clear signal, right? So here for T flip-flop, again I am connecting all the inputs of T flip-flop. These all inputs are connected together, and here I am applying logic high signal. So this logic high signal is given to all flip-flops, or we can say the input of all flip-flops are logic high. So what is the difference between the synchronous and asynchronous? As I told you, the difference is only the clock arrangement. So for this first flip-flop, we are giving separate clock, CLK. Okay. So for this first flip-flop, we are giving separate clock. For T2 flip-flop, we are connecting this, suppose Q1. This output of first flip-flop is connected to the clock signal for next flip-flop. Same for next T2, Q2, T3, Q3. So here also this Q2 is connected to the clock of next flip-flop. And the same Q1, Q2 and Q3 are our outputs. Okay, so it is the simple circuit diagram or block diagram, we can say, for 3-bit asynchronous counter. Why it is asynchronous? Because we are giving clock signal to only one flip-flop, and for next flip-flop, the output of previous flip-flop is act as a clock for the next flip-flop. So this Q1 is connected to the clock of second flip-flop and Q2 is connected to the clock of T3 flip-flop. Okay. So now try to write down the program for this. You can write down in two ways, right? We know the different modeling styles of architectures, right? Either you can write down by using truth table. So whenever we are using truth table, we will write the program with the help of which type of modeling? Yes. Is it data flow? Is it behavioral or structural? Just tell me. With the help of output equation, whenever we are going to write down the program, that program is called as a data flow. It simply shows how data flows, right? What is behavioral? It shows the behavior of circuit. So we need truth table. So whenever with the help of truth table we are designing the architecture, that type of architecture is called as behavioral, right? And whenever we use component as the basic element of architecture at that time, that architecture is called as a structural. So again, if you see, this is the asynchronous counter, but the function of this asynchronous counter is same as synchronous counter. This counter also count the pulses, right? It will start from 0, 0, 0 and ends with 1, 1, 1. So it will again count the same things. जे सिंक्रोनस काउंटर मध्ये काउंटिंग होत होतं तेच सेम असिंक्रोनस मध्ये पण काउंटिंग होणार आहे. हा हा पण काउंटर काउंटच करणार आहे. तो काय काउंट करणार आहे तर नंबर ऑफ क्लॉक पल्सेस. ज्या क्लॉक पल्सेस आपण अप्लाय केलेल्या आहेत त्या क्लॉक पल्सेस तो काउंट करणार आहे. राईट. तर जो आपण लास्ट लेक्चरला शिकलो काउंटरचा प्रोग्राम, the output equation count is equals to count plus 1. Same program can be applied for this counter also. कारण डिफरन्स काय आहे का नाही, तो काउंटिंग मध्ये काय करतो आपल्याला एक एक डिजिटने फक्त काउंट इन्क्रीज करतो. जशा क्लॉक पल्स येत आहेत तसं तो काउंट इन्क्रीज करतोय. राईट. So you can write down that same program for this counter also. Otherwise, we know the block diagram of this counter. We know how we connect these three flip-flops. We know the arrangement of these flip-flops. So here you can write down this program with the help of structural modeling also. For structural modeling, we need a component, right? So here we are using component as a T flip-flop. Already all of you know the function of this T flip-flop, how it toggles the signal. Whenever this T is equals to 1, whenever we apply high logic to the flip-flop or to this T flip-flop, at that time only it will toggle. Right? Now try to write down the program with the help of structural modeling. First write down entity. In entity, you have to mention the ports only. Here input, how many input signals are there? 3 input signals are there. So suppose you just give this name for the signal, it is T. First one is T, clock, clear. All are single bit signal, 1 bit signal, right? So this is what your input signal, and at output you are getting Q1, Q2, Q3. These three are your output ports. So write down the entity for this asynchronous counter. Here mention only input signals and output, or input ports and output ports. I hope all are writing. From your class, I know who is sincere. But what about others? Whenever I am giving you homework, only few students will respond for that homework. Only few students send me the pictures of their notebook. What about others? आपको नहीं है क्या DDH सब्जेक्ट, या आपके लिए एग्जाम नहीं होने वाली, ऐसा है क्या कुछ? Okay, after entity, write down the architecture. give the name for that architecture, and after architecture you have to mention the component. You have to write down the syntax for component. Which is the component here we are going to use for our this program? The component is T flip-flop, right? The component is same like entity. If you see the syntax of component, it is same like entity only. I hope you have written library part and entity part. Okay. Now start with architecture. So here suppose architecture, I'm writing asynchronous of, suppose the name of entity is counter is, right? So before begin, you have to specify, you have to mention your component in architecture. So write down here again component. Yes, component. What is the name of that component? It is T flip-flop. So suppose the component T flip-flop is, write down the ports. See the component. It is T flip-flop. How many input outputs are present? Same. 3 inputs are there. Which one is the input? That is T, clock, and clear. Which type of port? It is input port, and as it is single bit, write down std underscore logic semicolon. Next is output. So here instead of writing Q1, Q2, Q3, you can write down only one Q. Which type of port? It is output port, and as it is written like a Q, but it has 3 bits. So you have to write down std underscore logic underscore vector. Yes, for 3 bits, I'm writing 2 down to 0. 2 down to 0. Bracket complete, semicolon, end component. Or you can say write down end component name, TFF. Okay. So this is what the component. Now, whenever we specify component, we have to specify internal signal also. We didn't say that Q1 is directly connected to clock. We have to give the name for this internal wires. या ज्या आपण इंटरनल वायर्स इथं कनेक्शन दाखवलेलं आहे, हे जे आहे Q1 चं क्लॉक कडे, Q2 चं क्लॉक कडे, या इंटरनल वायर्सना आपल्याला एक सिग्नल म्हणून स्पेसिफाय करावं लागेल आणि त्याला एक नाव द्यावं लागेल. राईट. So here write down the syntax of signal. Signal, suppose the name is temp. It is temporary signal, so the name I am giving that is temp. Which type of it is? It has 3 bits. This first one wire, second wire, and third wire, right? So it is suppose temp1, temp2, temp3. So as it is 3 bit, again I have to mention here std underscore logic underscore vector 2 down to 0. Okay, so this is what my signal. And before starting the program, here you can directly mention the value of signal also. So assign the value for signal, that is 0, 0, 0. So before we start the execution of this program, that signal should be 0, 0, 0. Then it will start increasing. As soon as the clock pulses are appearing, automatically the count will get increased, right? So assign this value 0, 0, 0 to this temp. Okay, now begin. Now our program begins. So as we are writing this architecture in structural style of modeling, what we have to do? We already mentioned component. Now we have to do the port map. पोर्ट मॅपिंग करायला पाहिजे ना, आपण फक्त कॉम्पोनंट दाखवलाय की हा टी फ्लिप फ्लॉप आम्ही कॉम्पोनंट म्हणून यूज करतोय. एंटिटी मध्ये तुम्ही डिक्लेअर केलेले आहेत की टी, क्लॉक, क्लिअर आणि क्यू हे तुमचे इनपुट्स आहेत. सेम इनपुट आपण कॉम्पोनंट मध्ये घेतलेले आहेत. फक्त त्यात इंटरनल कनेक्शन्स कसे आहेत ते आपल्याला इथे मेन्शन करावे लागणार आहे. राईट? As it is 3 flip-flop, so we have to mention 3 port map for every flip-flop. So suppose first one is the T0. Okay. So for T0 flip-flop, what is the name of this component? It is T flip-flop. So write down the component name T flip-flop. Next, you have to write down port map, right? In port map, how we are mapping the ports? First of all, see the ports for this component T, clock, clear. In this sequence only you are going to map the component. पहिल्यांदा काय आहे? T, that is the input signal. Next, clock. Third one is clear. Last one is the output. So see, in first T flip-flop, right? The T is directly connected to the T1. हो ना? प्रत्येक फ्लिपफ्लॉप मध्ये फर्स्ट तुमचं काय मॅपिंग करताना तुम्ही काय करणार आहे? टी इनपुट मॅप करणार आहे. टी इनपुटला तुम्ही काय केले? डायरेक्ट टीशीच कनेक्ट केलेला आहे. आता इथे आपण T1, T2, T3 दिले. तुम्ही तसं पण करू शकता. T1, T2, T3 मेन्शन करा, अदरवाइज T मेन्शन करा. Because all are connected to logic high signal. Right? Next is what? Clear. Sorry, next is clock. So for mapping the first T flip-flop, clock is directly connected to the clock of our first component. So it is a here also we have to write down simply clock. Clear. The clear terminal is same for all flip-flop. कारण clear terminal आपण सगळ्या flip-flop ला कनेक्ट केलेला आहे. चेंज कुठे होईल? फक्त क्लॉक मध्ये. ते पण कुठल्या? सेकंड आणि थर्ड फ्लिप-फ्लॉप. फर्स्ट अरेंजमेंट काय केली तुम्ही? टी ला कनेक्ट केलाय, क्लॉक ला कनेक्ट केलाय, क्लिअर सिग्नल ला कनेक्ट केलाय. राईट? So for first port mapping, but see here we are giving logic high signal for this T. So instead of writing T, here you have to mention the value that is 1. Okay, so this is 1 which is connected to the input of my component. Next is what? Next is clock signal. So clock is as it is connected, clear is also as it is connected, right? And output, Q is the output. So consider first Q1. This Q1 is nothing but our, see here we are mentioning signal, input signal temp. So here this is the temp of 2, temp of 1 and temp of 0. So instead of writing here Q, I am writing temp 2, which is the internal wire or internal signal for this first flip-flop. So what is the name of this? What is the name for output of this flip-flop? It is temp 2. It is temp 2. Bracket complete, semicolon. So this is the port map for my first T flip-flop. Next, write down the port map for second flip-flop. So it is T1. Again, component name T flip-flop. Write down the port map. First, as it is, because logic high signal is connected to the input of every flip-flop. Next is clock. Now check here for this flip-flop, for this second flip-flop. What is the clock signal? This clock signal is nothing but the temp 2. Right? The temp 2 wire is connected to the clock of our T2 flip-flop. So instead of writing here clock, what I am going to write here? Temp 2. So temp 2 wire is connected to the clock of my T1 flip-flop. Yes, are you getting this? Next is what? Clear signal. So as I told you, clear is applied to all the flip-flops. So you can write down clear as it is. And now what is the output of this flip-flop? Yes, we are writing the port map for T2. फक्त T2 बघायचंय तुम्हाला, कारण आपण T2 साठी या सेकंड टी फ्लिप फ्लॉप साठी पोर्ट मॅपिंग करतोय. बरोबर आहे? तर इनपुट तुमचं T2 च आहे, ते कुठे कनेक्ट केलंय तुम्ही लॉजिक हायला, ते आपण मेन्शन केलं. इनपुट तुमचं 1 आहे. क्लॉक कुठे कनेक्ट केलाय तुमचा? इंटरनल वायरला आपण नाव दिले टेम्प 2 ला. आणि क्लिअर कुठे कनेक्ट केलाय? क्लिअर सिग्नल. आता आउटपुट काय आहे? What will be the output? We know that Q2 is the output, right? But as we are mentioning signal, that is the internal wire, internal connection. Why? Because we are using structural modeling. So instead of writing Q2, I am writing here temp 1. So for this flip-flop, for this second T flip-flop, temp 1 is nothing but the output signal. So temp 1 is our output of this second flip-flop. So here write down temp 1. Bracket complete, semicolon. So see, in component there are 4 signals, 1, 2, 3, that is 3 are input, 1 is output. So all we have to mention in port map, 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 signals are present in our port map. First 3 are input, last one is the output. Right? So we have done with T0, T1. Now write down the port map for T3. Okay? So for T3, the label is T3. Next, write down the component name. Next is port map. Now tell me, who will tell me the port mapping of this T3 flip-flop? Yes, it is very simple. कळाला असेल तर सांगा, कुणीही सांगू शकता. फर्स्ट इज द इनपुट सिग्नल. इनपुटला काय कनेक्शन दिलंय आपण? टी ला काय कनेक्शन दिलंय? येस, रोल नंबर 42. अनम्यूट युअरसेल्फ. रोल नंबर 42. Rahul Rajput.
Yes, madam.
Where are you? Yes, unmute yourself and answer me. Are you getting this VHDL code or not? Roll number 50, Pratik. Roll number 50, Pratik Wagmode. Unmute yourself. Roll number 12, Sonali Kate. Then who will tell me? Roll number 20, Meenal. Yes, unmute yourself, Meenal. So these all students are not present in the lecture, right? They are not ready to unmute also. Okay, I will write down your number and I will mark absentee for this lecture. If you are not ready to unmute, if you are not interested, then I will mark absent for this lecture. Yes, roll number 4, Rohini. Who will take initiative? Or nobody want to talk? Are you getting this code or not? At least that tell me. कळतोय का हा कोड कसा सांगितला? स्ट्रक्चरल मॉडेलिंगने आपण ऑलरेडी प्रोग्राम्स केलेले आहेत. पोर्ट मॅपिंग कसं करायचं ते पण शिकवलेलं आहे. परत मी आता रिपीट केलं. फर्स्ट टी फ्लिप फ्लॉपला, सेकंड साठी मी करून दाखवलं. फक्त थर्ड साठी मी विचारते तुम्हाला. एम आय ऑडिएबल? आवाज येतोय का माझा?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So see, port mapping for third flip-flop. As we know that first is the input. So input is connected to the logic high signal. So here I am mentioning only logic 1, comma. Next is the clock. So clock of third flip-flop. See, this is my third flip-flop. The clock signal of third flip-flop is connected to the output of second flip-flop. And that internal wire is named as temp 1. So we can say that temp 1 signal will act as a clock signal for T3 flip-flop, right? So here I am writing temp 1, which will act as a clock for the flip-flop. Next, clear signal as it is, because clear is the symbol wire which is connected to all flip-flop. And last one is the output. So what will be the output of T3 flip-flop? Again, it is an internal wire, and the name of that is nothing but temp 0. So here you can write down temp 0, bracket complete, semicolon. So this is what the port mapping for our T flip-flop. See, this is the program of asynchronous counter. This VHDL code we are writing with the help of structural modeling. In structural modeling, we are going to use a component as a basic element. And in architecture, we are simply writing the program which shows the internal connection of that component. इथं आपण काय केलंय, टी फ्लिप फ्लॉप आमचा कॉम्पोनंट आहे म्हणून मेन्शन केलंय. मग त्या कॉम्पोनंटचे जे काही 3 फ्लिप फ्लॉप आपण यूज करतोय त्याचे कनेक्शन्स फक्त आपण मेन्शन केलेले आहेत. आणि त्याच्यासाठी आपण टेम्प म्हणून इंटरनल सिग्नल डिफाईन केलाय, आपण यूज केलाय. तो टेम्प सिग्नल जो आहे, दिस इज टेम्प 2 सिग्नल. दिस टेम्प 2 सिग्नल is the output of first flip-flop, but it will act as a clock for the next flip-flop. So that's why I'm taking here simple wire, जी की output पासून clock ला पण connect केली. For temp 2 it is same. For temp 1 again it will connect to Q2 to clock, and temp 0 is nothing but our final output of T3 flip-flop, that is Q3. Okay, so after port mapping, here we did not mention signals. In last program, the output, how we written the program, that count is equals to count plus 1, right? But here, as we use this internal signal, that is the temp signal, we have to mention what is this temp, right? So temp 1, temp 2, temp 0, temp 1, temp 2 is nothing but our Q3, Q2, Q1. So we have to mention this, that Q3 is nothing but my temp 0, Q2 is nothing by my temp 1, and Q1 is nothing but my temp 2. So whatever the values present at this temp signal, same value we are getting at the output. Means suppose for first clock pulse, we are clearing the all bits. So we are getting 0, 0, 0. So this 0 is nothing but temp 2, temp 1, temp 0. Right? So same is connected to the output. So at the output, we are getting same Q1 is 0, Q2 0, Q3 0. Right? So for next clock pulse, what happened? Actually, whenever we are writing this now, suppose it is Q1, Q2, Q3. So this is my LSD. So I have to write here Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay? And clock. I hope you know the working of this flip-flop. So first, suppose it is 0, right? So whenever we apply clock pulse, what happened? What happened with this Q1? See, all T flip-flop has logic high signal. T चे सिग्नल्स काय आहेत आपण T is equals to 1 दिलेले सगळ्या फ्लिप फ्लॉपला. तो सगळे फ्लिप फ्लॉप जेव्हा जेव्हा वर्क करतील तेव्हा तेव्हा ते टॉगल मोड मध्ये जातात. राईट. सो आता या Q1 मध्ये माझं काय होणार आहे? पहिला 0 होता, आता T1 दिलाय आणि क्लॉक पल्स दिली तर 0चा तो काय होणार? 1 होणार. राईट. नेक्स्ट क्लॉक सायकल साठी तो 1 चा 0 होणार. टॉगल म्हणजे काय करतोय? तो स्विच करतोय. मग फर्स्ट फ्लिप फ्लॉप एव्हरी क्लॉक सायकल साठी तो टॉगल मोड मध्ये राहणार. तो टॉगल होणार का? कारण डायरेक्टली क्लॉक आपण अप्लाय केली. जेव्हा जेव्हा त्याला क्लॉक पल्स मिळेल प्रत्येक वेळेस तो टॉगल करणार. 0 1 0 1 0 1. राईट. आता नेक्स्ट फ्लिप फ्लॉप हा पण टॉगल फ्लिप फ्लॉपच आहे. आता फ्लिप फ्लॉप टॉगल मोड मध्ये ऍक्ट होण्यासाठी काय रिक्वायर्ड आहे? दोनच कंडिशन्स आहेत. फर्स्ट, the input of the flip flop must be 1, which is true in our case because all for this all 3 T flip flop we are connected logic high signal at the input, right? So first condition is true for all flip flop की हाँ input आमचा 1 आहे त्यामुळे तो टॉगल मध्ये जाणार आहे. सेकंड कंडिशन काय? whenever we apply clock. So इथं मी बबल दाखवला नाहीये किंवा क्लॉक बार दाखवला नाहीये. So clock should be 1. So we have to check this condition only. Why we have to check this condition? See, for first flip flop, it is true because clock is directly connected to this T1 flip flop. Right? If you see this, for first flip flop, it is true because clock is directly connected to the clock signal of this T flip flop. So whenever we are applying clock pulse, at that time it will toggle. That's why I'm writing here 0 1 0 1 0 1 at Q1. Q1 मध्ये आपल्याला कंटिन्युअसली टॉगलिंगच मिळणार आहे कारण क्लॉक सिग्नल आपण डायरेक्टली अप्लाय केलं. सो हे झालं Q1 चं. व्हॉट अबाउट Q2? Q2 साठी माझी फर्स्ट कंडिशन ट्रू होती कारण T जो आहे तो मी लॉजिक हाय मध्ये अप्लाय केला. लॉजिक हाय सिग्नलच आपण इथे T2 ला अप्लाय केले. आता प्रॉब्लेम काय आहे? फक्त क्लॉक सिग्नलचा प्रॉब्लेम. तर जेव्हा जेव्हा क्लॉक मध्ये तुम्हाला 0 to 1 ट्रान्झिशन मिळेल तेव्हा इथे तुम्हाला क्लॉक पल्स 1 मिळेल. T2 फ्लिप फ्लॉप साठी क्लॉक म्हणजे काय आहे? Q1 आहे. Q1 मध्ये जेव्हा जेव्हा 0 to 1 ट्रान्झिशन होईल तेव्हाच तो ऍज अ पॉझिटिव्ह क्लॉक पल्स म्हणून अप्लाय होईल आणि त्याच वेळेस हा फ्लिप फ्लॉप तुम्हाला टॉगल मोड मध्ये आउटपुट देईल. म्हणजे जर त्याचा आउटपुट 0 असेल तर तो 1 करेल, 1 असेल तर 0 करेल. अदरवाइज तो नो चेंज कंडिशन मध्ये राहणार आहे. सेम फॉर T3. T3 कधी टॉगलिंग मोड मध्ये जाईल? जेव्हा T3 चा क्लॉक म्हणजे Q2 मध्ये 0 to 1 ट्रान्झिशन होईल तेव्हाच तो आउटपुट टॉगल मोड मध्ये देणार आहे. अदरवाइज द आउटपुट विल रिमेन सेम, that is 0. So if you see the truth table here, see first T flip flop साठी आपण बघितलं clock is directly connected to the T flip flop, so we are getting continuously 0 1 0 1 0 1, right? Now check for next clock pulse. Yes, are you getting or not? Do you know the functioning of this counter? In this lecture, I have to start with shift registers also. Okay, so basically this is the program of our asynchronous counter. Here only we have to specify the output signals. So Q1, Q2, Q3, right? So Q3 is temp 0. We will start with Q1, Q1, Q2 and Q3. So this Q1 is assigned as temp 2. So we have to mention here temp 2, temp 1 and temp 0. End architecture. What is the name of our architecture? ASY. So end ASY. This is what my architecture with the help of structural modeling. So are you getting this? Here what we have done, we are using T flip-flop as a basic component. We use clock for first flip-flop, and for next flip-flop we use output of previous flip-flop, which act as a clock signal for the next flip-flop. And according to the internal connections, here we have written the program. So in entity already we have mentioned this output signal, that is Q1, Q2, Q3. And in program also we are using internal wire, internal signal, which is named as temp2, temp1, temp0. So after port mapping here, we have to mention what will be the output of our flip-flop. So we know the output signal, that is Q1, Q2, Q3, which is directly connected to the temp2, temp1, temp0, which is the internal connection or the internal wire for this T flip-flop. So this is must, we have to mention this after port mapping. Then we have end with our program. Right? So this is what our asynchronous counter. I think there is time, it is 10:44. Okay, we will start with shift registers. So what is shift register? Yes, registers means what? It is the array of flip-flop. One flip-flop stores one bit of data, right? So whenever there is a requirement to store multi-bit data, we have to use registers. So register is nothing but the array of flip-flop which is used to store multi-bit data, right? So suppose we have to store 4-bit data, we have to use 4 flip-flop. So here I am using D flip-flop for shift register. Okay. So suppose I have to store 4-bit data. So I have to use 4 shift registers. So this is my first D flip-flop, second, third, and fourth. Mostly we use D flip-flop because it is simple to understand, right? काउंटर मध्ये आपण टी फ्लिप फ्लॉप का यूज केला कारण आपल्याला काउंट करायचंय. मग तो जेव्हा 1010 मध्ये टॉगल होईल तेव्हाच आपले काउंट चेंज होतात, इन्क्रीज होतात. इथं आपल्याला काय करायचंय, सिम्पली स्टोअर करायचंय. रजिस्टर्स म्हणजे काय, की ते स्टोअर करतात डेटा, आणि शिफ्ट रजिस्टर म्हणजे काय, ते शिफ्ट करतात. मग आयदर इट इज लेफ्ट शिफ्ट और राइट शिफ्ट. Okay, so this is what 4-bit shift register. I am using D flip flop. So for this first flip flop, my input is D0, D1, D2, Q1, Q2, Q3. So as it is flip flop, we know one more input signal is there, that is clock. Here we are applying common clock signal to all the flip flop. So this is what my clock signal. Okay, and one more signal, that is clear signal. Why we use clear signal? To clear previous saved data. Right? So what is the connection of this D flip flop? First input is D, which is connected to D0. As it is shift register, they are directly connected, means the output of first flip flop is connected to the input of second flip flop. Next, the output of second flip flop is connected to the input of third flip flop. And the output of third flip flop is connected to the input of fourth flip flop. And this is what my final output. Okay. So this is the 4-bit shift register which save 4-bit data, and as it is shift register, it will shift the bits. Okay. So first write down the program for this. What is the logic behind this? इथं आपल्याला काय लॉजिक लावायचंय किंवा काय लॉजिक असेल? डेटा शिफ्ट करायचे म्हणजे काय? सी सपोज आता 0101 डेटा आहे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल 0101. 0 is Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. ठीक है, Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. After one clock pulse, what happened? सी सिक्वेन्स मी कसा लिहिलाय, Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. राईट. तर आता मी अजून एक क्लॉक पल्स दिल्यानंतर सपोज डी इनपुट मध्ये मी 1 अप्लाय केलाय, जो इनपुट आहे आपला, इथं मी सपोज आता मी 1 दिला आणि मी क्लॉक पल्स दिली. क्लॉक पल्स दिल्या दिल्या काय होणार आहे, ऍज इट इज अ डी फ्लिप फ्लॉप, दिस 1 विल अपियर ॲट Q0. हो ना, त्याचं आउटपुट काय होणार आहे, Q0 इज इक्वल्स टू 1. whenever I apply clock pulse and input is equals to 1, the output of first D flip flop is 1 because the input is 1. And for next flip flop what happened, clock signal तर आपण simultaneously दिलाय. तर या डी फ्लिप फ्लॉप साठी, सेकंड डी फ्लिप फ्लॉप साठी इनपुट काय होतं, Q0. Q0 मध्ये काय होता, 0. मग तो 0 तो Q1 ला जाईल, याच्यामध्ये जो 1 होता तो पुढे जाईल, आणि हा 0 इथे जाईल, आणि हा जो 1 होता तो बाहेर पडेल. राईट. तर ते शिफ्टिंग कसं झालं बघा, आता मी जो 1 दिलाय तो इथे गेला, आणि हा 0 इकडे शिफ्ट झाला, 1 शिफ्ट झाला, 0 शिफ्ट झाला, आणि जो लास्ट 1 होता तो आउट झाला, बाहेर झाला, कारण आपल्याकडे फक्त 4-bit डेटाच आपण सेव्ह करतो. राईट. मग हे चेकिंग करताना तुम्ही काय करू शकता, सपोज ऑल बिट्स 0, डी ला मी 1 दिला, राईट, आणि क्लॉक पल्स अप्लाय केली, इथे नाही सॉरी 1 अप्लाय केला आणि क्लॉक पल्स दिली, तर हा 1 जो आहे डी मधला तो Q0 मध्ये जाईल, हा 0 इथं, 0 0 हा वाला बाहेर. आता नेक्स्ट तर डी मध्ये सपोज मी आता 0 ठेवला आणि क्लॉक पल्स दिली, तर डी मधला 0 इथे जाईल, हा 1 इथे शिफ्ट होईल, 0 0. परत डी मध्ये मी 0 ठेवते, डी मधला 0 इथे जाईल, हा 0 1 0. फॉर नेक्स्ट क्लॉक पल्स अगेन इट इज 0 0 0 1. सो हा 1 जो आहे तो तुम्ही जर चेक केला तर तो कंटिन्युअसली शिफ्ट होतोय. सो दिस इज व्हॉट द बेसिक लॉजिक बिहाइंड दिस शिफ्ट रजिस्टर. सो या ट्रूथ टेबल वरून तुम्हाला काय कळालं की तुमचे जे इनपुट आउटपुट जे प्रेझेंट आहेत ते फक्त आपण शिफ्ट करतो विथ द हेल्प ऑफ क्लॉक पल्स. Whenever we apply clock pulse, at that time the data will get shifted to the next base, right? So now tell me what will be the output equations. आता याच्यासाठी तुम्ही इक्वेशन्स क्रिएट करू शकता का जे मला आर्किटेक्चर्स मध्ये लिहायचे. सिंपल इक्वेशन आहे. Q0 मध्ये काय जातोय माझा D. So we know that in architecture we are writing the output equations whenever we are using data flow style, right? So here Q0. So this Q0 is assigned as D. So whatever the data present at D, it will be in Q0. This is my first statement. Why? Because first clock pulse, what happened at the first? That D comes here at the output of this D flip-flop. So either it is whatever the data, if D is equals to 0, Q0, 0. If D is equals to 1, Q0 is equals to 1. Right? Then next, this is for Q0. Now we have to write down Q3, Q0 and Q1, Q2 and Q3. Only these 4 equations we have to place in our architecture, then automatically our program will get ready for this 4-bit shift register. त्याचं वर्किंग तुम्हाला कळालेलं आहे की डी मध्ये जो इनपुट आहे तो Q0 मध्ये जातोय, बरोबर आहे. आणि त्याच्या पुढे काय होते सांगा. आता जो हा 1 आहे डी मधला 1 कुठे गेला Q0 मध्ये गेला, बरोबर आहे. आता Q2 मध्ये काय मिळतोय, Q1 मध्ये काय मिळतोय. Q0 is equals to D. What is Q1? Whatever the data present in Q0, that will appears at Q1. जो Q0 मध्ये 0 होता तो तुमचा Q1 मध्ये जातोय. आता या ट्रूथ टेबल मध्ये जर चेक केलं तर 1 0 0 0 आहे. ठीक आहे. आता डी मध्ये मी 0 दिल्यामुळे तुम्हाला Q0 मध्ये 0 मिळालं. सो डी मध्ये मी जे काही अप्लाय करते ते सेम तुम्हाला Q0 मध्ये मिळते. So my first line is Q0 is assigned as D. So whatever the data present in D, it will get appear at Q0. What about Q1, Q2, Q3? See here, my Q1 is nothing but the Q0. The previous Q0 is equals to 1. याच्या 0 अप्लाय करायच्या अगोदर Q0 मध्ये काय होता तुमचा 1 होता. तो 0 अप्लाय केल्यानंतर क्लॉक पल्स मधून तो शिफ्ट झाला. सो इथं मला काय मिळतोय Q1 is equals to Q0, right? So here I am writing Q1 is assigned as Q0. What about Q2? Q2 is assigned as Q1 and Q3 is assigned as Q2. Simple. This is my 4 equations. With the help of that, we can write down the program. Yes, understood? First, you have to write down the entity. In entity, you have to write down D as an input port, right? Clock, clear. These are also input port. So D clock clear input port, as it is single bit, you have to write down std underscore logic. And Q is the output. So instead of writing Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, you can write down Q output port std underscore logic underscore vector. Yes, 3 down to 0. Why? Because it is 4-bit. This is about entity. In architecture, same, write down the architecture, give the name for this architecture of name of entity. Then, as we know that whenever we are using flip-flop, we have to mention the process statement because the clock signal is continuously changing. So according to that only, it will check the output. So in process here, you are writing clock and clear. Next begin. Then our common signal, that is clear, is equals to 1. Then Q is equals to 4 zeros. Or you can write down Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. All are zeros. Else if clock tick event and clock is equals to 1. At that time only what you get, Q0 is assigned as D, right? Q1 is assigned as Q0, Q2 is assigned as Q1, and Q3 assigned as Q2. Next, end if, end process, end architecture. Finish. This is what our program. So rest all lines are common for most of the program. Only you have to change the logic. This is what our logic. जे काही लॉजिक आपण अप्लाय करणार आहे, जे आपल्याला कळतंय की हा शिफ्ट रजिस्टर असा शिफ्ट करतोय, म्हणजे मला डी मध्ये जे मी अप्लाय करते ते Q0 मध्ये मिळतंय आणि रेस्ट ऑल जे बिट्स आहेत ते शिफ्ट होत आहेत, म्हणजे Q0 मधलं Q1 मध्ये जाते, Q1 चं Q2 आणि Q2 चं Q3. बस फक्त मी ते लॉजिक लावलंय. Understood this? So we know that there are 4 types of shift register, right? Serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out, parallel in, parallel out, and serial parallel in, serial out, right? Which type of shift register is this? Yes. See this diagram and tell me which type of shift register. Is it serial in, serial out, or parallel in, parallel out? Yes?
Serial in, parallel out.
No, it is serial in, serial out. तो सिरियली आउट होतोय ना, पॅरलली नाही होते. आपण आउटपुट सध्या काय करतोय, सिरियली कनेक्ट केलेलं आहे. सो इट इज सिरियल इन, सिरियल आउट. पॅरलल इन मध्ये काय करतो आपण, इनपुट आपल्याला पॅरलल द्यायचे असतात, म्हणजे प्रत्येक डी फ्लिप फ्लॉप साठी आपल्याला सेपरेट इनपुट द्यावं लागतंय. म्हणजे D0 तुम्हाला वरती लाईन काढावी लागेल, D1, D2, D3. तुम्हाला 4 इनपुट सायमल्टेनियसली अप्लाय करावे लागतील जर पॅरलल इन केलं तर. सिरियल इन का म्हणतोय आपण, एकच इनपुट अप्लाय केलं, राईट? So in next lecture, we will see left shift, how to write down the program for left shift, right shift, left right shift, both in common, and array multiplier and RAM, ROM. These 4 circuits are remaining. So in next lecture, I will try to cover up all these circuits. So next lecture, we will take revision on PPTs. Is it clear? Is there any doubt? Just wait for a moment. I will take screenshot. Don't leave the meeting. Okay. Okay, now you can leave the meeting.